I request Professor Mouthaan, Dean of the Faculty of Electrical Engineering, Mathematics and Computer Science, and Professor Seidel, Dean of the Faculty of Behavioral Sciences, to escort Mr. Savage to the front of the stage. I now invite the honorary academic promoter, Professor Stramigioli, to present his citation.
Dear Adam and Jamie, who's following via internet, it is a great pleasure for the University of Twente and for me personally to honor you with this degree for the achievement in the divulgation of science and technology and its passion all over the world. As we know, in physics, energy is what let machines do their work. For humans, enthusiasm and motivation is what let people and humanity, in the broad sense, achieve new frontiers in innovation and development. As Professor Harlow showed in a famous study in primary behavior in 1949, internal motivation is one of the major drives which pushes people to achieve better goals, to improve, to get better in what they like. I am a university professor and try to convey my knowledge and passion for technology and science because as a student I was inspired by Professor Ferri from the University of Bologna, who I may say changed my professional life. The Mythbusters have inspired and are still inspiring millions of people worldwide for technology by teaching in a pleasant and entertaining way one of the major universal laws that far too often is not put in practice, not only by scientists. Do not believe what people say, but try to prove it to find evidence. The importance of conveying this attitude to people, and not only to scientists, cannot be underestimated. And it is, in my opinion, a great meta-contribution to science and technology, which strongly justifies the degree I will have the pleasure to give you. I would like herewith to recognize Dr. Abelman, who was the first one to trigger the idea to award the Mythbusters a recognition for their work. Thanks to a good colleague and friend from Berkeley, Professor Ken Goldberg, who you know, we got in contact and we could realize this wish. And I'm very happy and honored to have the privilege to be your honorary academic promoter. I really enjoyed the visit to San Francisco to one of the Mythbusters shooting. We shared with you, Adam, our experiences about segways, which we both often use, and you made me jealous with a nice gizmo you had on one of your wheels. It was funny to see that during the shooting, at a certain point, two people drove close by, even if they were not supposed to be there, and almost crashed with their vehicle once one of the two screamed loudly, "Look, the Mythbusters!" After the shooting, Jamie took me to M5 Industries and showed me a lot of hardware you have been using for shows. But we also talked about some projects and ideas he was working on. And it was very pleasant and inspiring. We have very quickly realized to have common interests. I've also seen some of the robots you have been building and used for some movies, and being myself a roboticist, that also triggered many discussions. Of the many shows you made, there are two shows that I like the most. The one of the water boiler with a faulty safety valve which went through 2 stores as a missile, and the experiment to bust the allegation that the lunar landing with the Apollo 11 did not take place in 1969. It was funny to recognize some features during the parabolic flights you made, since I have also had the pleasure to experience parabolic flights myself and greatly enjoyed it. It is a pity that Jamie cannot be physically present as well, but I hope that this academic bond will be the start of possible collaborations for the sake of promoting science and technology, being the only real asset which will allow our society worldwide to tackle the big challenges facing us. From now on, you are an alumni of the University of Twente, and I hope to have soon the opportunity to welcome you both again in Twente in the future.
Thank you very much, Professor Stramigioli. I now request the doctorate board and all on stage to rise. At the meeting on the 22nd of September 2010, the doctorate board of the University of Twente decided, by virtue of its authority under Dutch law, to confer the degree of Doctor Honoris Causa on Adam Savage and Jamie Heinemann for their unparalleled success in popularizing and promoting the cause of science and technology to a worldwide audience of several hundreds of millions of households. I request the honorary academic promoter, Professor Stramigioli, to perform the task with which he has been charged.
By virtue of the power vested in me and on behalf of the doctoral board, I promote you, Adam Savage, and in absentia, Jamie Heinemann, to Doctor Honoris Causa, and grant you the right connected to this doctor's title. In evidence, I clothe you, Adam Savage, with the kappa of the University of Twente, and present you with the diploma signed by the Rector Magnificus and the honorary promoter, and rectified by the seal of the University of Twente.
Thank you very much, Professor Stramigioli. It is my privilege to congratulate you, Dr. Savage and Dr. Heinemann, with your honorary doctorates on behalf of the University of Twente. May I now invite Dr. Savage to address the audience. But before Dr. Savage will address the audience, please do step forward. We have a videotaped message from Dr. Heinemann, which will be shown right now.
When we first started producing Mythbusters, we had no idea it was going to become successful at all, much less become known around the world for encouraging science and engineering. But it did so simply by allowing us to have fun and indulge in our curiosity on camera. It was really quite incredible. Neither of us have a background in science or engineering, which we feel is a positive note because it speaks towards the fact that science is not just for scientists. It's for anyone with a desire to explore or investigate. We're deeply grateful to the University of Twente, the people of the Netherlands, and their Queen for recognizing this and for giving us this great honor. Thank you.
Your Majesty, Rector Magnificus, learned colleagues and new friends, ladies and gentlemen, over the last 10 years, we've spent 17,000 hours filming Mythbusters. We've made over 200 hours of it. It's aired in over 100 countries. And I still show up to work every day amazed that I get to play on this field where Jamie and I get to explore our curiosity by getting hurt, humiliated, and blowing things up. That show would be considered scientific was surprising at first. That it would be considered inspirational was incredible. That I would get emails from PhD graduates saying that they began in their fields because of Mythbusters is nothing short of surreal. And to be standing here before you today, being conferred this great honor, is humbling beyond measure. I accept this on behalf of my partner, Jamie Heinemann, on behalf of our hardworking Mythbusters crew in Sydney, Australia, Silver Spring, Maryland, and especially San Francisco, California. And I pledge that we will continue doing exactly what we've done, taking very seriously the charge to inspire young minds. We know that the world needs hungry minds and that science and technology is the way of the future. I thank you very much.